Have you ever gotten a message that made you pause and think, wait, is that for real? A client shared something with me recently. She received a call from someone claiming to be her credit card company. They said there had been suspicious activity on her account and she needed to verify a few of her details right away. Sounded professional, sounded official, and there was just enough urgency that it felt important to respond. For a moment, she wasn't sure what to do. And in that moment of uncertainty, that's exactly what scammers rely on. And scammers have gotten really good, guys. So what I want to say clearly up front is falling for a scam isn't about being careless, and it's not something to feel embarrassed about. These situations are designed to feel very real. So today, I want to walk you through 3 of the most common scams we're seeing right now, and more importantly, a simple way to respond when something feels weird. Let's start with one of the most common types. Something that sounds official and creates urgency. Every year, the IRS publishes what they call the Dirty Dozen, a list of the 12 most common tax scams that they're seeing during tax season. And these are worth checking out, by the way, at irs.gov, irs.gov. One popular example is a call saying you owe back taxes and you need to act immediately to avoid penalties or even legal consequences, even jail time. Sounds confident. The language sounds official. There's pressure to act quickly. You don't want to spend time in jail. So when you hear authority and urgency together like that, that's a red flag. A couple things to keep in mind. The IRS almost always starts communication by mail. That's right, snail mail. Not phone, not text, not emails. So if you get an unexpected call, email, text, or a direct message from social media, assume it's a scam. Also, the IRS doesn't demand immediate payment over the phone, and they're not going to ask you to pay in gift cards or wire transfers. Not a thing. So when you get that first message, this is a moment to simply stop. Pause before you respond. Now, that example we just walked through, and that even earlier credit card company call, those are what I think of as authority plus urgency scams. They sound official, they try to rush you into acting before you've had time to think. But not all scams rely on authority. Some are designed to look completely routine, boring, like a simple message from your bank. There's actually a name for this type of scam, and it's called smishing, or text-based phishing. You might receive a message that says something like, "Suspicious activity detected. Click here to verify your account." Looks like your bank, same tone, maybe even the same logo, and it catches you in a moment of concern. Suspicious activity, oh no. In this case, the most important thing you can do, drop. Leave that message. Don't click the link. Don't click or scan on the QR code. Don't respond to the email. Drop it. Instead, go to a trusted source. Maybe open your bank app directly or call the number you always call to reach your bank. Real institutions don't mind you double checking. In fact, they encourage it. They know these scams are out there too. Third one. Then there are scams that feel the most real because they feel personal. These would be a call from your child, your spouse, even a grandparent, a voice that sounds exactly like them, saying they're in trouble and they need help right away. There's urgency and emotion, and sometimes even a request to keep it private. These scams don't rely on authority, they rely on connection. And they're designed to bypass logic and go straight to your heart. So in that moment, the most important thing you can do there, bring someone else into the conversation. Roll. Call the person directly. Hang up with that call and call the spouse, the grandparent, the child, whoever, or check in with another family member. Taking a moment to verify is not being unkind. It's being careful. When you step back, these 3 scams may look very different. We've got the IRS scam, the smishing scams, the family AI scams, but they're actually very similar. They all have a similar pattern: urgency, authority, emotion, and pressure. There's often pressure to act quickly and sometimes even alone. Scams work because they create pressure before you've had time to step back and think. So in that moment, when something feels off, what should you actually do? It can help to have a simple way to respond. Stop, drop, and roll. Remember that from school? It works here too. Stop, pause before you respond. Urgency is usually the first sign that something isn't quite right. Drop, leave the original message or the phone call and go to a second trusted source to verify. And roll, bring someone else into the conversation. Connection is one of the best protections that you have. So if you ever get that message that makes you pause, pay attention to that pause. That moment right there is your opportunity to step out of the pressure that's being created for you. And from there, you don't have to figure everything out or know everything. You can simply remember, stop, drop, and roll. When something feels off, don't react, reset. That can make all the difference.